What's going on, everyone? Shook here, back with another video on the Resto Shaman this time, doing a little 2v2 with Plum on his Windwalker. Haven't played my Resto Shaman much. I unlocked the Elite set last season and pretty much parked it. I didn't even fully gear it. And the build I'm running is Farseer. I pretty much just copied the most popular build that was out there. They changed a few things. That talent where you would refresh Earth Shield with like the lower amount of stacks and it would do the bigger heal, that's gone, and it's pretty much replaced with all this stuff. Whispering Waves is what a lot of people were taking, as well as this Therazane's Resilience. So Earth Shield and Water Shield no longer lose charges and are 115% effective. Here is my gear. It's pretty much the same as the Paladin because this is from the first week. So pretty much all honor gear. Have my crafted rings and necklace, the bloody token shoulders, and the conquest helmet. That's about all for my gear and the build. Let's get into the games. Alright, so this first match is against a Demo Warlock and a Disc Priest. This is before the nerfs to Disc, and it's kind of a running meme on my Resto Shaman that as soon as I log onto it, Blizzard always cooks something up to try and get me to log off. And this was kind of funny because you know, I'm pretty rusty, haven't played it since last season. This Warlock is a 21-time rank 1 Warlock. So we have the advantage on comp for sure. Like, our comp should beat this every single time. However, he's obviously got the skill advantage here. So he's going to be, you know, significantly better than me. I was able to pretty easily trimmer that fear, but a lot of times I was getting caught in globals, just not making the right decisions with what I was doing. Like, this Hex here is really bad. Should have canceled that immediately and dropped grounding so we could stop most of this ultimate penitence, because the Disc Priest was using it offensively. You can see Plum kind of running away here. He wants to LOS some of this damage that the Warlock is doing. He's going to incap him here so he can kind of run in. I drop my grounding, the Warlock kills it, and the Priest LOS's the Hex. He's probably going to Mortal Coil me here in a second. Yep, there it is. There's the Mortal Coil. So he's going to do damage to me now. You can see him summoning the Demonic Tyrants. I need to get out of the open or use a cooldown, preferably just get to the pillar and LOS for a second. And it looks like Plum is going to do the same. He's going to kind of peel back to the pillar. The Priest is going to grip the Warlock away here. I'm going to drop this root. I'm going to try and drop a bit of a stun. And the Priest is kind of just playing max range, positioning away from me. He's not really going for too many fears. He's just letting the Warlock do everything. He's just trying to keep his Warlock alive, and they are winning on mana at the moment, but it's kind of difficult right now to out mana a Resto Shaman. So I think that, or I was thinking at the time that we can win on mana. I thought Plum was going for the Priest there, so that was kind of a miscommunication, so I hexed the Warlock. He's going to come in for the fear. Had Trimmer there, so I have to go ahead and burn Trinket since it was a full fear. Or Plum could have ran, either one. So that's kind of the first big blunder of the match there, because I did have Trimmer available. It looks like we are slowly catching up on mana, kind of like what I thought. We're probably going to be playing for, you know, that sort of heavy dampening. Got around the corner. I did get locked on my lightning lasso, and you can see him doing big damage to Plum here, so I'm going to try and pick him up with a couple healing surges. He got me in that fear again. I actually didn't see him casting at that time. This is why it's just really important for in this type of matchup. I should have just been, again, interrupting the Warlock on cooldown instead of focusing on the Priest, because the Priest is playing max range. So right here, I'm going to lay the grounding, try and ground a little bit of his damage. You can't ground Axe Toss there, and you can see him going for the Axe Toss to lock me out. I do have Healing Tide available. I think it should still be within range here. I could have moved it there if I really wanted to, but it looks like it's in range. Casting a few Healing Surges. I actually am going to Lava Burst here, do a little bit of damage. I don't have Wind Shear just yet. went ahead and used my grounding. Here comes his Tyrant. So that's one of the spells that I really want to go for the interrupt on, and it looks like I do go ahead and shear that one. So that was okay. Looks like we get the swap there. I get around the corner and use the lightning lasso. So we have a lot of pressure here at this point. We're getting to pretty high dampening, and you can see the priest and I are about even on mana. I'm just trying to play defensively. This looks like we gave him a proc right there. I'm going to go ahead and burn my trinket again. That's another one. Had Trimmer available for that one. So there's, I think that one I was actually caught in between a global on that one, but either way, I need to make a macro again. I used to have one of these, and it's a stop casting macro to cast Trimmer. So right here, Plum's going to run. We get super dangerously low. I kind of feared out into the open. I'm going to call for a link. And I'm going to go ahead and link him. And we're unfortunately going to have to overlap on cooldowns, but we're so high into dampening, it's like 60%, that it just doesn't matter. If I can recover here, most likely we do win, because you can see again, we're ahead on mana at this point. So if I can just pick him up, Windwalker Monk does so much damage right now. Like, they're super strong. That we should be able to win if we can recover. I'm going to go ahead and grounding here. Looks like he juked me and got the fear. Definitely, again, just so many misplays as far as Trimmer Totem goes. Would have made this match like so much easier. But it's just one of those things where when you play every healer, the ones that you play the least, you're just going to make a lot of mistakes. It looks like I did Lightning Lasso that cast right before he got the precog. So I was kind of happy about that one. Used grounding to ground a bunch of his damage. He's trying to fear Plum just to kind of peel here. I'm trying to kind of watch for the priest to make sure he doesn't drink if I need to Ghost Wolf over there to try and stop him. We have grounding coming up in 6 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and trinket that fear. Actually laid Trimmer after that in case he re-feared, just because I was a little scared of it. Not really the best use of that. It looks like the priest is pretty much completely now. You can see him casting Smite over and over again. I can hex him if I want to, but I'm just trying to kind of keep Plum up and toss in some Lava Burst whenever I can, just for extra added pressure. It looks like Plum goes for the interrupt on that fear. I'm going to go ahead and dispel him. He's just spamming it over and over again. I'm going to try and cast Lava Burst here. Looks like he does. The priest go ahead, he grips him, and he's completely at this point. So a hex would be really good. We get the karma. I'm getting the lightning lasso on him here. It looks like he stunned Plum, and now I'm going to lay grounding and go for the hex, and this should be game. So it's kind of like I've said on this channel several times, comp beats skill every single time in 2s, unfortunately, and really in 3s a lot here lately. Your comp is just so important. It's almost like rock paper scissors. Now you can outskill someone at a certain point, you know, and that, I mean, that was close right there. Like, Plum got super low, but our comp, like, we have a really high win-loss rate against just warlocks in general, on top of Windwalkers being really strong right now. So no matter how rusty I am, it's still just a super favorable matchup for us. So right here is a Warrior Resto Shaman team. I'm trying to lay my static field totem. I'm going to pull them back to the center. They're actually not even killing it. And Plum's getting a little bit of cleave damage. You can see him knocking them both up in the air. I don't really care about this hex. I'm just kind of letting him get it, because if he can tank Plum and somehow, you know, bash through karma, then, I mean, that's crazy. Right here, it looks like we're going to get the lightning lasso. He can't interrupt me. I'm going to run around the pillar just to make sure he doesn't wind shear me. And looks like Plum's going to go back on the shaman. He doesn't have his burrow anymore. I'm going to go for a hex on the warrior. Got the hex on the warrior. He can walk around to dispel him if he wants to. Just kind of try and make him waste a bit of a global here. Trying to lay earthen wall there so Plum can chase, laying the stun, and just playing pretty aggressive, honestly, considering we don't have karma, but it looks like we're going to take him down with the touch of death there, right before the fear. So this was a much easier match than that the first one. But this next one is an Unholy DK Resto Shaman. This should be another one where I don't know, we should have the advantage. He wants to grip me and get the double blind. So right here, I'm gonna get blinded. I was trying to actually ground it, but I think I was a little too early. It looks like Plum is doing a ton of damage, getting a lot of the cooldowns from the Shaman, and I'm also trying to purge him. I'm going to go ahead and trinket this, since he does have all of his pets rolling and all of his damage rolling. It's kind of like I just need to respect this. Not real smart from the Shaman to Lightning Lasso there, because he was getting chunked as well. He didn't really respect Plum's damage. But yeah, pretty, I don't know, I feel like Resto Shaman's pretty strong this season. Again, once everything gets full gear, I'll have a better idea of the meta, but I'm definitely going to be uploading more Resto Shaman videos this season. I'm also going to play it a lot more, so I won't be as rusty in the upcoming videos. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you are new here, be sure to subscribe, drop a like, let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.